I just came back from Chicago where I gave a talk to a wonderful conference of printmakers. And the talk was okay, it went fine, but on the plane home I was thinking that there was something that I didn't quite reach, that I was getting at, and it had to do with this recession that we're all in right now. I showed a print by Jannis Kounellis done in 1978, and that was near the beginning of the talk. And the print has a row around the whole outside of small pictures of people in their houses, and one of the houses is on fire. And then later, at the end of the talk, I showed this print of Karen Mama Andersson, where also has something of some kind of a disaster has happened. And I said it was the same subject as the Kounellis, and in a way it is, but I was thinking about how are the prints different. And as I was sitting on the plane, I was wondering, is it a different story? They're both works, the artists have said, were theatrical, and so they do tell a story. But are the stories different? And I visualized the Kounellis print, and suddenly I got it. It was people. There are no people in Andersson's print. And I was thinking, yes, they are the same story, but it's a story of loss, actually. But there's 30 years difference between the two. And Andersson's people have moved on. She's very matter-of-fact about it. These things happen. So then I'm thinking about Kounellis and how it's pensive and yearning. Maybe you could even say nostalgic. Can we move on, he asks. And then you think the answer is yes, with this manifesto, with this history, with this utopian theater, we can. But it seems to be an answer from the past, and Mama Andersson is already in the future. She's on her way. She left that. This scene is finished. Here's a short clip in which she talks about coming from Sweden to San Francisco Crown Point Press to make etchings. And you could interpret it as a way of approaching any new situation.
I think before I came here, I was a little bit afraid. I think I was not so little afraid. I think I was very afraid. So I didn't want to think about it. I think I just, you know, when you want to jump in a very cold water, you don't have to think about it. You just have to do it. And it was the same feeling. But it's always like magical things because you don't know exactly what's going to happen.
Andersson's speaking of the fear of the unknown, and her approach is different from the moody approach of Kounellis 30 years ago. His art characterizes his time, and I hope, that Andersson's is characteristic of our time.